lesbians and the girls who dated us. We're sitting but not drinking enough.
I drank an awful lot, honey.
I'm sure you did. I'm sure you did. I love your outfit. Give her a round of applause. Best fucking drag variety show ever. Paranormal, right?
Yeah!
Paranormal radio. Nothing, well, fuck the radio part, but nothing's more paranormal than a Russian Jew on stage wearing deodorant. Toast.
Amen.
Yeah, I totally will. Yeah, so let's get the elephant out of the room. I got a haircut.
Woo! Great.
Really?
Sexy, your tendrils are...
Tendrils? Oh, yeah. Tendrils?
Everybody wants to uncoil them, honey.
Oh, well.
That's not
because it was awkward. I was looking in the mirror, like there are mirrors everywhere. I didn't know I was getting the Aunt Jackie from Roseanne cuts. But on the way here, I ran into this Asian dude. Like, this is true, actually. This Asian dude was following me for the block, and he was kind of hitting on me, and I was like, what's the fucking deal? And he's like, dude, I'm an Asian top. And I was like, I feel like I just met Bigfoot. Right?
The gay joke.
The gay joke, womp womp. We're not blind or deaf, right? But like whenever I'm in front of a straight audience or in front of meeting straight people, all gays have this. There's always that person that wants to know the quintessential coming out party. Like they want to know the story of how you came out, what happened. Like they all think it was like a weird after school special, right? Like it's not an episode of Ellen. You know what I mean?
Very special.
Right? It's weird. It's a very special episode. I wish. Like, I wish my life was like an episode of Parker Lewis Can't Lose, but like, I was obsessed with it. But so like when I came out though, the thing is like I'm Jewish, right? And Jews.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would never brag about that one, but okay, yeah. I'm a Jew, and what a lot of non-Jews don't understand is that like we have so many issues. It's not really on the top of our list of issues. You know what I mean? Like when I came out to my mom was too busy. Like, she's too busy working on her weekly Jew report. You know what I mean? Every week she has her new favorite Jew right now. It's Sarah Silverman. It's always Barbara Streisand, though. But, so when I came out to her, though, I was like, Mom, and she's like, I know, but just remember one thing, the most important thing, which is a Jewish mantra. Remember, she's like, just remember one thing, is if you don't have Jewish kids, you'll are one. Who the fuck says that? Right? And the thing is, like, when I introduced her to my first boyfriend, right, to just summarize what it's like to have my mother, my first boyfriend, she's like, oh my god, Mexican? Right? I was like, no, Mom, he's Israeli. I love him! Right? We've all met those people. I'm Russian, I was really sad. Any Russian? Nothing. Oh, that's great, because anytime I say, you're Russian, kind of Russian?
I'm Romanian, which used to be part of Russia.
Yeah, it counts. But see, the thing is, so whenever I ask if people are Russian, there's always some bitch that raises her hand in the audience, right? Not you, but someone that raises their hand. But like, it's always like 5 generations back on my grandfather's side, once removed, blah, blah, blah. It's not the same thing. It's not the same fucking thing. It's because you're not Russian, if you wouldn't brag about it if you were Russian, right? Like, you're not...
I'm Italian.
See, well, I live in Italy. Italy is nothing to brag about either, but that's a whole separate story. Actually, Italy is better than Russian. Because like, the thing is, when you're raised with Russian parents, then your family just blatantly scares people. It's really messed up. Like, growing up, I had an uncle. Like, every Russian person has some random uncle that no one knows what they do for a living. Like, no one knows. Like, I had this uncle, and no one knew what he did for a living, but you'd ask him, and no one would question his story. He would just be like, we import meats. Or he's like fucking coneheads, like, we are from France. Like, it doesn't make sense, but no one questioned it. We never questioned it, because he could look someone in the eye and make them piss themselves just by looking at them, right? And in Russian, like, it's something I realized. My first job was at gay.com. Remember that? Anyone? Yeah?
What?
Really? Yeah. My first job out of college was at gay.com, and I was hired because I speak Russian, right? And the thing is, I realized the first day of work is there is no nice way to say gay in Russian. There is no way that's not derogatory or offensive. besides gay, drink. It's messed up, but there are 3,622 different ways of saying drink.
How many ways to say vodka?
Right, and there's also like a good 252 different ways of saying cute somehow. And there are good 3,622 different ways of turning in a relative to the secret police.
Wow.
See, that was a good joke. That was brilliant. This brilliance right here.
I howled at your joke.
Hella liked it. Hella liked it. I love the word hella. I wish I could like work it into the sentence more often. Hella and fella. Okay. Yeah. So like growing up Russian is really difficult. I don't know if you guys can imagine what it was like growing up Russian. Like you guys all probably got peanut butter and jelly sandwiches as kids. Like well, most kids got peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I got chest hair at the age of 5.
What was the borscht like?
The borscht? Yeah, do you imagine me carrying a pail of borscht to school? How fucked up would that be? Jeez, your version of my life is even more fucked up than my life. Jesus. No, really, like imagine like I'm carrying a thing of borscht. Like when I actually brought to school, literally, what it really, this is no joke, would be butter and caviar sandwiches. Like no one wants to trade with that kid. No one wants to be friends with the weird guy that has those. And whenever people meet me though, they're always like, you know, you can't be Russian. There's no way you're Russian. My name's Yuri Kagan, guys.
Do you not like beets? You could be.
No, I love beets. They're delicious. They're delicious. Like, people get confused. They don't think, right? It's like, I'm sorry, I don't wear tracksuits everywhere I go. Yeah, Russians are horrible people. They really are.
Do you like techno music? You guys
You know, that's like a couple gay stages ago. You know what I mean?
How much cocaine do you do?
How much do I do?
How much doesn't he do?
You know, I don't really do the cocaine, but if someone offered me a popsicle or something like that, I wouldn't say no.
I have a lollipop.
Lollipop.
All right.
We'll give you some later.
But I'm not Russian enough to be mean. Well, I am Russian enough to be mean. But I'm American enough to use the word the and say thank you.
You need to
Right?
take me down.
I'm American enough to say thank you after I call someone an asshole. You know what I mean? That's the only difference.
Can you speak in Russian for us? Tell us some Russian things.
And say, I'll tell you some Russian things? Really?
Please, make it funny.
Make it funny.
In communist Russia, you should gun.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not gonna say anything in Russian, but I am gonna say, so I live in this 200 square foot studio apartment, right? Which is amazing. Like I thought it was amazing when I moved in, but like every once in a while you have bad days, you complain about shit, but because gay men, what's the point of being gay? You can't complain about shit, right? Right? There's no point in being gay. You can't criticize things, complain about things, and outdo everyone else and dress better, right?
Yeah, there's no point in being anyone.
Right. But like, and so like, whenever I complain about my apartment, my mom, I have like this little prison toilet, and I'm always complaining about it. And my mom's like, in Russia we call this mansion. Everybody to share bathroom with 15 people. Stupid. It's really fucked up. Or like as a little kid, I was afraid of the dark, like most people, like a lot of little kids. No one else is afraid of the dark? Okay, a whole bunch of facts and audience, there's gotta be more than 2 people that are afraid of the dark as kids. But I was afraid of the dark and I was afraid of monsters as a little kid. And I was like my grandma, like, there are monsters in there. Right, and my grandma, my whole family is straight from behind the iron curtain. So remember that. My grandma should be like, no monsters. Seriously, no monsters. Only people who take away people you love in the middle of the night. For 20 years you think they're in jail, but they kill them that day you never see Papa again. Who the fuck says that to a little kid? And the thing is that my grandma, people think when I say Russian grandmother, that I'm talking about a little Russian old lady, which is cute, you know, and shit like that. That's the case. Like my grandmother is like Zsa Gabor with a leg. See, it's funny because Zsa Gabor had her leg cut off. She'd be laughing, but she's in a coma, I think. Like my grandmother's one of those women that is someone who would look like, she would look like a drag queen in the sides. You wouldn't even know. You know what I mean? Like, she's had her face pulled back so many times, her forehead starts at her neckline. She's one of those people. Like, finding a natural piece of her face would be like finding Waldo. You know what I mean? And how much time do I have with this phone? 3 minutes. The other thing is, it's difficult for me to go in the sun. I don't go in the sun, I'm really pale, can't tell. I hate doing anything that makes me sweat. I'm sweating right now, which is awful, but I don't go in the sun. I avoid anything that's in the sun, which is why I chain smoke pot all day and sit at home and do nothing, right? Because if I go in the sun, well, you guys might ignite, but you guys might tan, but I ignite, right? Or like I can't sweat ever. Like I hate sweating.
So demure.
I don't perspire because if I sweat, what a lot of people don't know is Russian people sweat differently than most people. Like when I sweat, I get this weird cheap cologne smell. Jacquard Noir. It smells up. Sweat vodka, not cheap one. I sweat the semen of other men. Did you guys hear that they want to make circumcision illegal in the city of San Francisco? This is true. Why are you clapping for that? That is horrible. That is, I'm sorry, but an uncut penis is like a turtleneck that I do not want to have. An uncut penis is like, so this is the thing. So an uncut penis, they're fun at first, right? They're like slinkies, you play with them, they're fun, right? Throw them downstairs a couple times. But after a while, I don't know what to do with them. I don't get the big deal. We should be able to have all the different types of penises that we want. Uncut, cut, whatever. People should have the right to circumcise their peoples. That's what I say. And I think uncut penises look like ugly Sharpays. I'm sorry. I'll leave you guys with this. So you guys might call it alcoholism, right? For Russians, we call it Tuesday. My name is Yuri Kagan. Thank you.
Tuesday!